Hello everyone, welcome to the orientation of MLOps course offered as part of IIT Madras BS in Data Science and Applications program. This course is structured and delivered by Professor Rangarajan Vasudevan. Professor comes with an industry experience working as a chief data officer for Lentra AI and being a co-founder leading data initiatives at the data team. This is Sai Kiran Puvada. I will be your instructor for this course. Let's get started with the essential question: what is MLOps or machine learning operations? Uh, it is a framework that applies DevOps principles to improve machine learning lifecycle operations. In a way, it helps to creating an automated and efficient process for taking a model from experimental prototype stage to a reliable and scalable production system to serve like a large number of customers. Think of this way: a ML model is like a delicious Hyderabadi biryani, but MLOps is entire restaurant's kitchen operation, the consistent way of sourcing the ingredients needed for that dish, the standardized preparation, and the quality control that ensures that every customer gets a perfect dish at every place, at every time, night after night, day after day. This course will be more aligned towards managing end-to-end machine learning development life cycles effectively and efficiently in an organization. We start with how do we manage or version the incoming data or transform the features. We get after feature engineering, and as we move through ML lifecycle, we also explore how do we manage model versioning or experiment tracking, or how do we select the best model to go into production environment to serve customers. Once we are done with the model selection or automate the whole process, now comes the dilemma of how do we deploy the model and what is the best and efficient way to deploy it so that availability of that particular service is 100% more often than not. Once the deployment is done, now we take care of monitoring these models and making sure that the definition of data is not changing, or the data drift or the concept drift, and how do we mitigate these accuracy issues as the usage increases, and how do we monitor them. As the usage increase, we also consider the governance and explainability of these models to ensure that trust in predictions. How did the model come up with certain outcome, what are the features affected the most with the help of sharp and lime. uh, we'll not be totally concentrating on how do we create the best model, as we believe this part is already covered by a couple of courses in this program. We'll concentrate on how do we manage ML lifecycle from data modeling, experiments, deployments, explainability, and from maintenance aspects. Uh, Following will be the prerequisites for the course. We'll be working on Google Cloud Platform to learn MLOps in a practical manner. We expect students to have access to any of the below mentioned payment methods to avail the access to GCP trial credits worth of 25,000 rupees. Activating GCP trial is mandatory requirement for the course as part of week zero content after your course enrollment. We do share all the required information to successfully activate your free trial in GCP. As we go through the course to experiment and implement MLOps pipelines, on conservative basis, we feel we might end up consuming around 12,000 rupees of worth of credits. Even if you do, even if you go on doing any other practical experiments on GCP, we believe these credits are sufficient to complete the course at least, and trial credits have a validity of 3 months, which perfectly overlaps with our term. So everything is great on that side. We do expect students to have some knowledge in programming with Python and machine learning projects practice. Just to emphasize, we do not expect a deep mathematical understanding on machine learning side, but we do expect students to have knowledge running inference pipeline using scikit-learn or Hugging Face or PyTorch. That's enough. Uh, Course is structured to have around 2 to 3 hours of recorded lectures every week. These lectures will be released in your Seek portal, and one of the lecture from every week will be a hands-on or practical demonstration of the tools we have discussed in that particular week. Every week there will be a hands-on graded assignment around practical implementation of these tools. These graded assignments will be evaluated manually by the course team, and students will be requested to share a video screencast demonstrating their implementation on GCP, Google Cloud Platform, and code base using GitHub repo. You can find more details on this as part of the FAQ document shared at the end of the slides. Uh, and we will have two OP examinations and an interim. There will be no quizzes for this course. OP1 will be based on week 1 to 5, and OP2 will be based on week 6 to 9. Each OP will be around 3 to 4 hours long, and LLM usage will be permitted as part of the OP. So you don't need to remember all the file patterns, etc. In-term examination will be a MCQ and MSQ type. In-term questions will test your understanding on how do you efficiently use MLOps principles with the constrained resources. Uh, Example will be on the lines: if you're a startup, if you have access to only 1 GPU or 40 GB VRAM, and you are interested in trying out new DeepSeek R1 model that is around 70 billion parameters, what is the best way to deploy this in a conditioned on resources, latency constraints, etc. You'll also receive a mock interim paper as part of your week 12 content to understand the expectations and type of questions you might encounter. Uh, every week, we will have a live session to discuss the queries and doubt on course content or graded assignment as well, or maybe if you go for more of a MLOps concept as a whole. Professor will be joining us for these sessions. You will have a chance to interact with him directly. uh, we also have a course participation bonus, course participation bonus of 5%, which is somewhat dependent on live session interaction and active participation in this course. And for more details, you need to look into course portal shared at the end of the slides to know more about what is the evaluation criteria for this for the particular term. And when we go to course content, week one will be concentrating on setting up our GCP and learn more on what is MLOps and how it differs from DevOps, and how MLOps extends DevOps with ML lifecycle adaptation. uh, Week two, we will be looking into various types of data and ways to manage data versioning with the help of DVC, data version control. And in week three, we will be exploring about managing features using feature stores like Feast, and how do they help us to uh, reuse features to be utilized by multidisciplinary teams and most teams without, and also as part of the inference, like what are the pros and cons of using a feature store. uh, Week four, we'll be learning more about a need for the continuous integration and implement with the help of GitHub workflows. Following it up with a experiment tracking using MLflow in week 5. Uh, as part of week 6, we will understand containerization and deployment orchestration using Docker and Kubernetes. Week 7 and 8 will be around on observability, monitoring, and security of these systems. Week 9, we will learn more on the model explainability and governance ethics, and model explainability using Lime and SHAP. Week 10 and 11 will be on LLM ops. It mostly concentrates on how MLOps principles adapt with the emergence of large language model workflows like RAG systems or semantic search systems. How does MLOps principles evolve to adapt to that? Week 12 will be a wrap up of the course with some exposure to some advanced topics like edge deployments and privacy focused frameworks for model training. Uh, this is the assessment plan, but to get the precise assessment plan for the term you are in, please refer to the document shared by the course team, IIT BS team. Uh, that will be more precise and will explain a lot of details. And These are the reference books we have referred as part of the course. You can you can refer them while you are going through the course or prior to that. It's your call. And uh, okay, so there are a lot of frequently asked questions, etc. We have consolidated all these questions into one single document. You can scan this particular QR to go to the course portal, and you can refer to all the FAQs you might already have with respect to GCP, and how does the what are the expectations of weekly assignments, or where can I find the lectures to, etc. This will be pretty useful. Please feel free to scan and go through the document available as part of the portal, so that you understand what are the expectations of the course, as well as what needs to be uh, expected. Uh, Thank you for attending this orientation. Feel free to join the doubt clarification schedule uh, for later point in time. You might be receiving a link for doubt clarification session on MLOps, where we will be joining and explaining if you have any further queries.